The oddest ticket I've ever worked. Sometimes people dig into my spreadsheets and tools, and when they do, they find a hidden bit of code. I sprinkled it everywhere as a sort of signature. When they ask about it, I get to share this story. I was a Tier 1 remote support tech, fresh out of training and eager to help. I had a basic understanding of code and a decent success rate with installing Java. One day, the phone rang, and I perked up. Another customer in distress was counting on me to resolve their problem and leave them completely satisfied. "Thanks for calling Tech Support Megacorp. My name is Clickety. Can I have your name and client number, please?" There was a long pause before the caller slowly provided his information. I entered it into my system and discovered he was in a remote office in Washington State, hours away from any on-site support. If I couldn't fix his issue, they might be down for days. I was their last hope. "Our computer's been running really slow," he said, and I jumped into action. "Let me check for any hanging processes. Do you know what version of Java you're running? Have you recently uninstalled or reinstalled any programs?" He answered no to all of these, and I could feel the remote session lagging. I kept searching for answers, but the processor was sluggish. "It started after this storm." He rambled about the weather and landslides while I continued to dig for data. Then he added, "It's been hot, and the computer smells pretty funny." I was intrigued. "Smells funny? Have you cleaned it out recently?" I thought maybe a good vacuuming would do the trick. There was a long pause, and I imagined him taking the case off the PC. Suddenly I heard a loud crash. "Ah! Oh no! Ah! Sir, are you still there? Is everything okay?" "No," he shouted. "There's a hole in the wall and it looks like they got in after the storm. Oh my goodness, they've built a hive." "What?" He repeated himself and I could hardly believe it. "Can you get someone out here with a new PC or something? I know it's hard to get someone out here." I assured him I would send help as soon as possible. I typed up the ticket and sent it off, never finding out how it was resolved. But I'll never forget that ticket. Computer completely filled with bees, sending to desk-side support. That day taught me an important lesson. Never take a problem at face value or assume you have all the information. No matter how ordinary it may seem, always listen to the customer's background info. It might be crucial. And never ever choose to work in desk-side repair in the mountains. That's why in every code or spreadsheet I've ever written, you'll find the phrase, "computer completely filled with bees." It reminds me that no matter how confident I feel, there's always room for surprises.